Princess of Wales charmed special needs toddlers and their parents during a polished public performance in Kent earlier today. Flying solo, Princess Kate joined a sensory session at the Orchards Centre in the first of a series of engagements supporting her Shaping Us campaign, highlighting the importance of childhood experiences for the under-5s. And with other recent engagements, including yesterday's trip to Leeds, proving a roaring success for the princess despite having no prince by her side, it looks like the royal family are realising that putting Kate front and centre is the best PR they could wish for. Angela, great to have you in the studio.
Thank you.
She's the real deal, Kate, isn't she? She's got the X factor.
Well, she is the real deal. And I think she's had the real deal for a long time because she took it carefully, she studied. It was 10 years before she actually got involved with children, little children, to get it right. You know, she's studied very carefully and she's now got loads of confidence. She's got 3 children, she's a mother, she's got all the things that she wanted, she's got the right husband, and she now has enough confidence to go off on her own. Doesn't mean that he's going one place and she's going another because they'd rather have a bit of a gap. It's just that King Charles has cut down the number of senior royals they are. You know, we've lost Harry and Meghan, we've lost Prince Andrew.
What happened to Harry and Meghan? Oh, yeah, that's another story.
I'll tell you later. You got time. And you know, they've got to spread things, so it's much better if people do divide and go off and do what they really want to do.
And what we've discovered this week is that she's got as much pulling power on her own as with hubby.
Yes. And that's because she's an entertaining person. When you saw her when she was getting some sort of weather thing over her and she had to blow it up, she was hysterically giggling.
I remember that.
She thought it was really funny. So she's very relaxed now. She knows what she's doing. She walks with enormous dignity. She always looks nice. What's interesting is that she's changed her clothes from wearing dresses and things like that, which the Queen liked, and she wears trouser suits. And she looks great, as if she's really going to do a lot of business there. And, of course, she loves the children and they respond to her. They absolutely adore her.
Is she the new Diana, the new Elizabeth?
No, I don't think she's a new anything. She's Catherine, who's matured and now feels very confident.
Unlike poor old Meghan, because Meghan was in the job for 5 minutes and thought, this is pretty boring, opening hospitals all the time and receiving bouquets. Kate seems to actually enjoy being the Princess of Wales.
Yes, what she really likes to do is to help others, and she wants to do something to make a mark. And if you deal with children at a very early age, you can help them recover a little bit of what they've got and get, you know, a lot of help before they start going to school. That's where you need to. If there's just a single mother who's very young, you know, she can help and do that. And I think that's what she really wants to do. She doesn't want to do silly things, cutting rope and ribbon, not rope, is it? Or cutting ribbon and doing odd jobs. You know, she wants to do something that is really valuable. Her husband is doing it, now she's doing it, and we couldn't expect much more.
Briefly, I mean, she's been in public life now for over a decade.
Yes.
I cannot think of a single foot that she's put wrong.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't do that because she's cautious, she's careful. And actually, she's very optimistic and positive. She's smiling, she's enjoying things. She's not looking around and seeing what someone else has got that she hasn't.
Well, that takes us to Meghan. Kelly Osbourne, remember her? She's the daughter of Sharon and Ozzy Osbourne. She's poured a bucket of the brown stuff over Prince Harry in a special podcast called The Osbournes. Take a listen.
Called Harry
Yeah, I just think he's such a whinger.
Yeah. Ooh, what's that mean? Like when you whinge, like a
whine. And the thing is, and maybe it's because I feel a certain level of disappointment in the sense where I feel like they had an opportunity to become the most liked, loved people in the entire world that could actually bring some positive change, but they went down this like victim road instead. Like I get wanting to leave
the royal family.
I get that. But then...
Well, the big story there is Kelly's purple hair, which I quite like. Can I ask you your reaction to that? It demonstrates to me that Harry, in particular, is losing his fan base in the United States.
Well, I think people can see through both of them now, actually, and can see where they told lots of lies and can see this terrible moaning endless moaning. Now, if you look at the country, or in America, and you look here, it's very hard for people. You know, money is difficult. You know, gas prices are high, and they don't moan. And if you've got a beautiful house with 16 bathrooms and the sea is very near you, 2 young children, and you're still moaning. I mean, to have 6 hours on Netflix, which was really one long moan. I'm sure you didn't see it. I actually pushed myself through it.
Through most of it,
You did. And it's ridiculous. And they were so
I took up smoking halfway through. And then by the end, the hard stuff.
I ate non-stop. Comforts eating. But I think that you can't actually continue to do that without any gratitude. There was no gratitude. Meghan wouldn't be known for anything if she hadn't actually married Harry and been in the royal family. But she, you know, her wedding was £132 million, no gratitude. And the whole thing was to destroy them and to, you know, get rid of them so they could come and present a more woke, upward market couple. But they made a big mistake.
They would argue that they were hounded out of this country. The press were very hostile. You and I are both being very hostile now. You know, you could argue the press attention has made their life a misery. They're entitled to complain, and that actually it's affected their mental health.
No, that's nonsense. They wanted to leave. The Queen said you can go. You know, they had everything they wanted. If you've got, you move on. You know, lots
what about
of people
the Invictus Games? I mean, that's pretty impressive, wasn't it? Surely that's a high point for the couple.
That was shocking. I thought it was terrible how Meghan turned it round to be all about her, you know, apologising that she was late because she had to make her children milkshakes. What? You know, that she was... that she stood and walked in front of cyclists who were in a race. I mean, what did she know about the military? Nothing. It wasn't about her. And it was shocking, actually, how she tried to take over. Wherever she could, she was smiling, but not... I mean, she was with a boy in a wheelchair, and she just got behind him, had a photograph taken and went off. She didn't even say hello to him. Catherine would never do that, ever.
Well, to be fair to Meghan, she did get a rapturous reception when she went to Germany, but of course this show's all about opinions. You're entitled to yours, Angela Levin. Thank you so much. And I've got no doubt you'll be returning in the days to come.
Hope so.
Dropping some more of those royal truth bombs.